Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for checking out this video, my sports Gematria. We're going to be talking about Game 4, Heat versus the Celtics, NBA Eastern Conference Finals. NBA is a tricky beast, continues to be a tricky beast, and I'm mixed on this game, Game 4. I can make a very clear case for the Celtics to win this game. I can make a very clear case for the Heat to win this game. And then basically you just take a quarter, you put the Heat on one side and the Celtics on the other side, and then you flip that quarter in the air, and whichever side it lands on, that's your best guess. That's how I'm seeing this. Like that's literally how I'm seeing this. I can make a really good case. And I'm gonna show you both sides. So the first side I'm gonna start with the Heat winning this game. This is the side that I'm actually going to most likely pick. All right, so let's start with the Heat. Why do I think the Heat would win this game? It would be because of the number 57. Celtics come into this game sitting on 57 wins for the season. Today is the 5th day of the 7th month on the Hebrew religious calendar, like 57. Celtics can stay on 57 wins. If that were to happen, if Heat win this game and Celtics lose and stay on 57 wins for the season on the 5th day of the 7th month of the Hebrew religious, Game 5 is played on Friday. One, two. It's played on Friday, the 25th, which just so happens to be the 269th day of the Gregorian year, which is the 57th prime number. So Celtics can stay on 57 wins for the season on the 5th day of the 7th month and head into Game 5 on the 269th day of the year, the 57th prime number. We saw this exact same scenario play out for Game 2 and the Celtics when they were sitting on 56 wins for the season. They went ahead and lost Game 2 and went into their Game 3, which was on a day with the 263rd day of the year, the 56 prime, sitting on 56 wins. And so they can repeat that this time around, but with 57. So today, the 5th day of the 7th month, 57, they can stay on 57, and then they would head into Game 5 on the 269th day, the 57th prime, sitting on 57. So that's probably the narrative I'm going to go with, just because I've seen it already work out previously in Game 2. With that being said, the Heat would up the series 3-1, like 31, as they sit on 31 losses for the season. 31, the 11th prime. Heat would pick up their 11th postseason win for the season. It's the 73rd game of the NBA playoffs, 73, the 21st prime number. The Celtics would sit on 367 playoff wins as a team, which is the 73rd prime number. This is the 21st postseason head-to-head game between these two teams. This is the 21st bubble game for the Heat, and the Heat's coach can sit on 441 losses all time, which has a square root of 21. So that's my Heat narrative. Okay, that's my Heat narrative. The Heat can become 12-9 postseason head-to-head against the Celtics on a day leaving 99 left on the Hebrew, not on the Hebrew, excuse me, on the Gregorian. 99 sums to 129, as well as 57 and 129 sums to 257, the 55th prime. Heat would get their 55th win at the same time. Now, let's erase this, and I'm going to show you the Boston side. And the Boston side, I think, is more clear-cut than the Heat side, but it almost just seems too good to be true. So, the Heat, or Celtics, for the Celtics to win, I really don't like the Celtics to win today, but they could pick up their 58th win. But the reason why I don't like them to win necessarily today with the 58 is because of the 57, but also, so Game 5 would be on Friday, the 269th day, the 57th prime. Game 6 would be on Sunday, which is the 271st day of the year, the 58th prime number. So we have the 58th prime number on Sunday, and then you have the 57th prime number on Friday. How far does Celtics stay on 57, or do they just hit 58 and go all the way through? But either way, Celtics, they can stay on 29 losses for the season. The 10th prime number, they would get their 10th playoff win. They would get their 10th playoff head-to-head win against the Heat. Heat would get their 10th home loss. 29, the 10th prime number. Heat would stay on 10 postseason wins. So there's one pattern, the 10. You can stay on 29, the 10th prime, get that 10th win. 10 here, 10 here, 10 here. Now here's an even more compelling argument. It's the Heat's coach's 131st game postseason, the 32nd prime number. Heat would get their 32nd loss of the season. The word 32 sums to 158 and 85. Celtics would get their 85th all-time head-to-head win. Celtics would become 15-8 for a bubble record. This is the Celtics' 87th game of the season. 87 sums to 158 and 58. So then we would mark those two dark blue as well. See, look how good that looks. That looks just as good, if not better. So you have the two sides, okay? So you have this Celtics side, which is plain as day, the number 32 and the number 29, which is the 10th prime. Plain as day, in your face. And you know what? Game 5 is on a day with 54 date numerology. 269th day, the 57th prime, but it is 54 date numerology, and Heat would just stay on 54 wins for the season. There you go. So take your pick, take your guess, and then let me show you the Heat one more time. This is the one I'm probably going to go with. 57. It's the 5th day of the 7th month. 57. Purple. We're going to keep the Celtics there on 57, heading into Game 5, which is played on the 269th day of the 57th prime. The 31. Heat go up 3-1 in the series, like 31, as they sit on 31 losses for the season. 31, the 11th prime. They get their 11th playoff win. And then what was the other? 73, 73rd playoff game for the NBA season. The 21st prime. 367, the 73rd prime. 21st head-to-head postseason. 21st bubble game. Heat coach sits on 441, which has a square root of 21. So take your side, make your pick. Both of them arguably can go either way, in my opinion. So comments, questions below. Thanks, guys.